Here in Iowa, preventing drunk driving is the #1 way to reduce the loss of life on Iowa's roadways. Sadly, over the past year, over 10,000 Iowans have been arrested for drunk driving. 20% of those who had OWI violations occurred from repeat drunk driving on Iowa's roadways. And 40% of those are OWIs that involve deaths with repeat offenders. What Senate File 113 looks at is providing a habitual drunk driving clause on anyone who has received their third OWI while operating in Iowa. The bill provides that a person convicted of a third or subsequent OWI offense may be sentenced as a habitual offender under Iowa Code. And that is a habitual offender. They will receive no less than 5 years in prison with a requirement that they go through a drug alcohol treatment program before release. With that, Mr. President, would yield to any questions.
Is there further discussion on Senate File 113? Seeing none, the chair recognizes the senator from Henry, Senator Taylor.
Thank you, Mr. President. I was wondering if Senator Nunn would yield.
Would Senator Nunn yield?
Yes, Mr. President.
You're in order, Senator Taylor.
Thank you. Senator Nunn, doesn't the bill actually say if you have had 2 previous felonies, the third offense of OWI could be charged as a habitual offender?
Correct, Senator Taylor. So in this case, if you have had 3 OWIs that have been charged as a felony, you could become a habitual offender based on the decision of the court.
But you can't be charged as a felony with just an OWI, your first or second. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Thank you, Senator Nunn. Thank you, Mr. President.
There being no further discussion, the chair recognizes the senator from Polk, Senator Nunn, for final remarks on Senate File 113.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you to Senator Whiting and Senator Taylor for being involved in this subcommittee. Thank you specifically to the county attorneys who have brought this to our attention. This has been the standard practice in Iowa for many years, and with the Knowles decision, that right was taken away from the legislature. I want to appreciate those who are fighting directly to combat drunk driving in Iowa. This is the clearest way that we can prevent, as we just saw over the weekend, habitual drunk drivers from receiving a 7th, 8th, 9th OWI with no prison time of being served and no remediation process. With that, Mr. President, I would move the bill.
The senator